Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. One question. Where is the blood? That's a weird question, I know. Okay, now I'm going with the parable. Let's say there's a crime scene. You see, police don't cross. And there are police officers walking around. There are even forensics that have arrived at the crime scene. So the population is looking, thinking, what has happened? And people are talking about how someone has been gunned down. And then you arrive there. And you go into one of the apartments, one of the flats, I mean. You enter one of the apartments with permission of the owner, of course, to look at the crime scene from above. Others are on the ground looking at what's happening. You think, let me go higher and look at it. Oh, let me say it better. You go to the roof of one of the flats in the neighborhood. And you look down in the streets, you see the police cars, you see the forensics that are active over there. You see the population that's trying to figure out what's going on. Then suddenly, one of your friends also appears. He joins you. And he says, wow, this is bad news, man. Gangs are active again. And you look at him and ask, where's the blood? And he looks at you and think, what blood? Exactly. Why? Because you see the crime scene and you see no blood anywhere. And you ask your friend, if people have been gunned down so violently, there should be blood spatters everywhere. And if someone fell down to the floor after being gunned down like that, and you know those gangs around that they use heavy bullets, you should see a lot of blood where the corpse is. But I don't see any blood here. Those people on the floor that look at it, I don't know what's happening with them. There's no blood here. Then your friend notices and he realizes, hold on a minute. Dude, you're telling the truth. Where's the blood? This doesn't add up. I know this is a parable. Okay, but I'm asking you, where's the blood? And this is a spiritual question. If anyone deals with the root of stuff, like Christ did, like the apostles did, like I'm doing now, like many other believers are doing, if you deal with the root of stuff, you will have violence emerging against you. And you will have this violence work out through people, through circumstances against you. That's why you walk by faith to overrule and overcome it. You will encounter scorpions and serpents that will come to bite you and sting you. But you need to learn to trample upon them in a Christ-centered manner to overrule it. So that's the blood I'm talking about. If there's a crime scene, but there is no blood, there's not even a corpse, there's not even evidence of a crime that had occurred, you will ask questions. If you're watching the news and someone so-called has been shot down, has been shot, but you see no sign of any wounds, and 2 days later the victim is on television giving an interview and smiling, you think, what the heck is this? This is fake news. Let me tell you in a similar manner, I'm asking, where is the blood? Are they operating in Christ's power? If they do, where is the blood? If there ain't no blood there, I'm telling you something ain't right. Stop operating from self-validation. That's what many of you do. You want to belong to the right group. You want to belong to the right church. You want to belong to the right way. It's all about self-validation. Stop that. Why? Because when you operate in self-validation, you are already deceived. You are already in darkness. And once you operate in that darkness, you can be moved into any type of deception. Ask yourself, if Christ had to bleed for his kingdom, and man, they did them very dirty, how can people that walk in the power of Christ not be done dirty? How can they not encounter bloody resistance? I'm leaving you with this. Agree with Christ.